Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and today I have something a little bit different to share. This is a journal that's been gifted to me from one of my subscribers, and I want to tell you the story as I'm flipping through, and then we'll do some journaling inside the journal. So yeah, so it's a beautiful fabric, stitched around. It's bubble wrap inside, so it must be made from like a mailer, like an Amazon packaging or something. So it's a true junk journal. It's got some goodies in this envelope. So this journal was given to me by my subscriber Evie. Hi Evie. Hope you're well. And a few months ago, Evie contacted me because she was coming to Scotland on holiday, and would I share some sights to see, what are some must-dos, and maybe some eating places. And look at this dyed kind of muslin, it's beautiful. Yeah. So I emailed back with their hints and tips of coming to Glasgow, and yeah, so she emailed back and said, look, we would love to meet you for a coffee if you've got time. So yeah, we arranged to meet, and we met at their hotel, and took them to a coffee shop. Look at this buttons, look at this, gorgeous. I just love it, Evie, I do, I love it. I can't wait to put some pages in it. And you know that way where when you meet someone, you could just blether for hours and hours. And the other thing about this is it's filled with little whatnots. So my little whatnots have been made by Evie and have travelled all the way from the United States back to Glasgow. Yeah. So we met Evie and her husband, and Willie and my husband, and Millie the dog, of course, and we had a lovely chat for a while in the coffee shop, and then we went for a walk through, there's another whatnot, I think. Then we went for a walk through the streets, and there's another whatnot, a little pocket one, beautiful. Yeah, and we popped into a post office to try and get some of the stamps, but it was a Sunday and the post office part of the shop was closed. And yeah, and we pointed out some of the charity shops and some other points of interest. We showed them the famous statue of the Duke of Wellington, which is the one, that's a whatnot, a little house, look at this. And oh, and there's a little Scotty, a little mini playing card with a little Scotty dog. Yeah, the statue with the wow, look at this, perfect pocket at the back. So yeah, the statue of the Duke of Wellington in front of the modern art gallery with the cone on his head is a famous landmark. So yeah, so we pointed them in the right direction, and off they went, and I think they had a nice few days in Glasgow before they travelled home at the end of their holiday. So I want to use this book because it was gifted to me by a visitor to Glasgow. I thought I could scrap book photographs of places that we go to in Glasgow. So this is the bookshop, which is in the West End. It's piled absolutely high with books. You can't even get into the books that are at the back there. It's just chock-a-block. But you can spend a grand hour searching for treasure. So I've stamped out the name of the bookshop, which is Voltaire and Rousseau Bookshop. It's in Otago Lane, if anyone local wants to go. It's in the lane in the west end of Otago Street. So yeah. Oh, and not just the journal, a huge bundle of collage bits. Look at this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this with all the bits that Evie has given me, all these bits, and I'm going to use that in the journal. So I'm going to keep all that separate in my stash to use in the journal. So I've got my photograph and I've got my title and I've picked out a few bits. So I was thinking on this page with the music paper, just to collage up my photograph with a few bits. And because there's a little butterfly over here, I thought we would have a nod to what Evie has already done. And maybe just kind of somehow like that maybe. And I've still my title to sort. So let me just reach for my ruler. And I'm just going to split it. Maybe need to see what kind of room we've got. Maybe something like that. That's nice. Yeah, I think we'll go with that, and then I'll just put the date when we were at the bookshop at the bottom. Yes. So the first piece we want to get down is this piece here. So I'm just going to use my glue stick because it's quite lightweight paper. We'll just kind of centre that there somewhere. Right, so next let's see what we need to do next. We'll put that there. Yeah. But isn't it lovely how you can meet what is really a complete stranger? Although we haven't had corresponded by email, and Evie, you know, watches the videos and leaves nice comments. You know, it's still a stranger, but then you meet them and you just realise that because of the interest that you have, a shared interest, it absolutely doesn't feel strange at all. Yeah, that's the very first time I have ever arranged to meet anyone. So it was lovely. Yeah, probably was. I'm thinking maybe there. Yeah. So I hope when Evie sees the journal, she'll like what I'm doing with it, and she'll get a little kick out of seeing it being used. because obviously she's put a lot of love and care into making it. That's nice. I'm liking that. Oh, wait till I check. Have you got everything in here? Yeah, you have. I've got to reach up to see. Right, now I'm going to write the 4th of June on that, because that's where, because I've got my wee note, because I've got my other photograph. 4th of June, because that's what we did that day. We went to visit the church, the cathedral, and we went to visit the bookshop, and we went for brunch to the brunch club. But I'm not going to do this one today. We'll do the cathedral photographs next. So it's good to jot down, so that if you know you're going to be scrapbooking or journaling, just to jot down what you did that day, because you can easily forget. So I'm just going to write 4th June 2023, because it's amazing how when you look back you forget what day it was that you went. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's nice. Okay, let's do another page with the, now this is going to be a double page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this page and this page on either side of the centre pages. That's what I'm going to do. And these are the 2 photographs I have. I've just printed my photographs on just copy paper, because I wanted it to stay quite thin. So I've printed these off. This is St Mary's Episcopal Cathedral. It's on Great Western Road in the West End, and it's interesting because they have replaced, it's an ancient building, but they've replaced their gargoyles, if you like, their decoration round the stained glass windows, and some of them had been lost and just, you know, broken stone, and they've replaced them with people that are in the congregation or past congregation members. And so you've got this one, which looks quite modern because he's got spectacles on, and obviously at the time of this building I'm not sure whether spectacles would be a thing. But it's really quite fascinating, and once you've spotted them, you see them all the different faces at the ends of the archways round the windows. I can highly recommend going to see. We didn't even know, I mean, I knew the building was there, but we didn't know about the gargoyles. And I expected to go in them and they'd be big, but they're actually quite small. They're just at the bottom of the archways. And I thought, because when we looked, we saw it online on one of the Glasgow Facebook sites that they had replaced the stonework, and we thought, oh, we must go and see that. So off we went. We were near there anyway because of the bookshop, and we wandered round and we couldn't see them, because I expected them to be kind of bigger than what they are. But then once you spot one, you're like, all right, there they are there. Right, so I'm having a title running across the top so that you know that these, oh, is it going to be too long? No, we'll take a little bit off that. And maybe, no, do I need another bit off that? There. Right, let's do that first. Yeah, so wandered round and wandered round. I think if the passers-by must have been like, what are they doing in there? I thought somebody's going to come out and chase us in a minute, but they maybe are quite used to people having a look. Oh, there's Millie up shaking. That's fine. Yeah, because people want to see things that are a bit unusual and a bit different. So I'm sure they don't mind people having a look. Yeah. So we're going to layer these up. And I've got 2 pieces. I think. So just take a bit off of this about there. I want to see that red 5 a little bit because I want to use one of these stamps from this little whatnot here, this little red one. Now, is there anything else we want to add here? Let's lift over our little bundle. Is there anything with a little bit of red? Pinky red. There's a pinky red. Oh, there's 2 of them. Yeah, maybe that, and that will join that up like that. Right, so we want this down straight under St. Mary's. And then that about there. I had problems with my printer and it was giving me lines across, so I ran it through all the cleaning. We hardly use the printer, so I'm not surprised that it's gone a bit off. This poor thing gets neglected. Anyway, I did a realignment and I did a cleaning thing and yeah. Does that look a bit random, or does that look, I think down there maybe? I think that's maybe where I had it in the first place. There. So it's going to have a twin sheet over here. So we'll just need to take that bottom bit off. I was going to cut them down or maybe like die cut or punch out a circle thing, but I think like then you wouldn't see it in its context. I think you need to sort of see some things as a bigger picture, if you know what I mean, because otherwise. Now a little bit of blue here because I'm going to use another one of these stamps, this blue one. Wasn't that quite fortunate that there was a blue stamp and a red stamp? So we'll just let it hang about there for now until we decide. So let's see if we've got a blue thing. You can just see a bit of blue sticking out there. There's a blue thing. I'm not sure that fits. There's a blue butterfly on that. Right, we'll give this a go. I don't mind like covering up a bit of the photograph because then you can still see that it's a building. I think that is pretty cool. Yep. So we need to take a little bit off this. Okay, let's stick. I'm so glad to be started on this journal. You'll see it once in a while when I take some photographs of days out of visits to Glasgow. And yeah. And maybe Evie will see places that she visited when she was here. Oh, that's too low down. That's what happens when you fire ahead and needs to be up. Do you know what it is? I've put that on upside down. I wanted the perfectly imperfect up there. And then I need this up high. Ish, up high-ish. That's us. That's it. Everything else goes on the top of this. Because perfectly imperfect is exactly what happened here when I stamped an L instead of a P and an O instead of an A and just stamped over it because I had already stamped all of that and it would have taken me at least another 5 minutes to fix it. So I thought, oh, it'll be fine. It will be fine. Perfectly imperfect. That's quite cool there. He's looking at those butterflies. He's like, oh, they're big butterflies. Put it right at the edge there. So that we can get the stamp in. Because the one thing I don't want to cover up is the gargoyle. That's the whole point of the photograph. US postage, Yellowstone. It looks like a geezer. What's the other one? Oh, US 2 cents. I think that might be George Washington. Right, so I think, oh, let's put the date. What was it again? The 4th of June. here, I think. June 2023. There we are. So we've got the bookshop and St Mary's. I think that'll do for today. I've got, like I say, I've got Millie looking at the doggy menu, deciding whether to have a puppuccino or a bacon and sausage. So, yeah, she's like, I could go everything there, but we'll do that another day. And yeah, so I'm happy with them. Happy with them. This is, got, look at the stitching Evie's done on that. It's beautiful. There we are. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.